Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And I was absent yesterday because I was watching the news and waiting for the announcement that we got this morning that the court case has been settled. The Dragon Slayer didn't even get to set off on his hero's journey to slay the dragon. He stayed home, and the dragon is still alive. But we do have an apology from the dragon, and the apology includes an apology to the has-been and to Mummy Diana. Very important that, and I've consistently seen how important that was for the Dragon Slayer. And what else did he get? An acknowledgement of wrongdoing from the Sun, which some people are saying is quite a big deal, although the newspaper group, Murdoch's group, came out with a thunderous statement after Has-Been's lawyer released Has-Been's statement. So I don't think that they are exactly apologising for what happened at the Sun. It's quite a thing to read, that statement from the Sun. And what else did he get? An allegedly substantial settlement. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at all of this today. Chris Ship is saying it's an 8-figure sum, meaning between 10 and 20 million pounds. Chris Ship, of course, very much one of the mouthpieces of Montecito. Other people are saying not nearly that amount, more like 1.7 million. Apparently he was offered 1.5 million a while back, turned it down. Prince William, we know, got $1 million way back when. And what did Prince William do? He donated that amount to charity. What charity did he donate that amount to? Invictus Games, when the has-been failed to follow through on a fundraiser he was supposed to do for them, left them in the lurch, allegedly. Now, basically, has-been, who was going to see it through because he was the only one who could afford to, and he was going to hold their feet to the fire and make them accountable. He's basically got exactly the same as Prince William got all those years ago. The secret deal that he was so scornful of. So it's looking rather hypocritical from where I'm standing. But of course our hero, our wandering star, has achieved a mighty victory in his own mind. We expect we're going to test this with the tarot. We're going to find out how he's feeling and what he's feeling about the people who are saying, well, this is all terribly hypocritical and you didn't follow through like you promised and you could have settled ages ago. Apparently it was Harry's people who were the ones desperate to settle yesterday, that the NGN lawyers were very surprised because they had a robust case, they were ready to defend, and along came that big head guy and said, show me the money, basically. What else do we want to know? And yeah, we want to know about that. We want to know why Harry settled. Speculation that it suddenly dawned on him that he would be liable for something like a £38 million costs bill if he lost the case, and possibly somewhat cash-strapped in Montecito. The other thing is of why he might have just realised he needed to settle was because he didn't have a case. None of those emails from the royal family that he went on a fishing expedition to find, and also menacing threats of him having to testify about his own misdemeanors, like his drug use and his all the bad things, infidelity and stuff like that he was famous for way back when, before he met our saint in Montecito who transformed his life. So we're going to ask about that. We're going to ask the size of the settlement, and is he going to do what Prince William did and hand it to charity? Where is that money going to go? We would like to know. Is he pleased with himself today? Does he think this was all worth it? Started in 2019. Was this worth it? And how does the royal family feel, particularly Prince William, on hearing the news? What's the feeling today? Kensington Palace. So that's what we've got today. I've talked enough, shuffle some more, and then we'll get to it. And we need to remember, of course, that it is just tarot and it is for fun and entertainment. There we go. And of course, it is all my opinion and all speculation, and it's just energy that I read here. And of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below. I need to shuffle those in apparently, and then we'll get to it. Most interesting thing for me was that they couldn't get hold of Harry because of the cough, cough time difference. Cough, cough, meaning that the has-been wasn't even awake, in my opinion and various other people's opinion. Fast asleep. First day of court, lying on the carpet. I don't know where he was. But shades of them trying to wake the Parkles up when Prince Philip passed away, get them informed before they, saw it in the news and screeched about how they were being mistreated. And they had I think they had to send the sheriff around to Mudslide Mansion to wake the Parkles up and tell them the news. Rather similar, isn't it interesting? I'd love to be a flower on the wall there. Oh, Seven of Swords. Okay, shady dealings. It's our shady dealings card. The Seven of Swords. It says, the fine print on this card, theft, dishonesty. I wonder who's guilty of what. Well, there was untoward behaviour by NGN private detectives and things like that. We know that they did bad things. Yes, they did bad things. So I guess it's them. We'll have to say that it's all the bad things that NGN did, and they have apologised for and sort of acknowledged, but reading between the lines, as I say, if you go and read that statement, not really. In my opinion. So there's the Seven of Swords, simple enough situation on this great day of this thunderous victory for the has-been. Ooh, Three of Cups in reverse. He's not happy about this. Not happy. There might even joy, friends, all that stuff, family, blah blah, celebrating often in the Three of Cups, and celebrating quite over a period of days, maybe, that you wouldn't in the end remember what you were celebrating. Put it like that, especially when it's in the reverse. It could be some of that going on over in Montecito, but more drowning sorrows when the Three of Cups is in reverse rather than celebrating. It also tells me there might have been a little fallout somewhere along the line in this recent development. Maybe a fallout between the plaintiffs, because of course there has been, it took this thing, he was the one who was going to do it, see justice for the ones that couldn't afford to do it. And that Tom Watson, that Lord Watson guy, he doesn't sound like the most savoury character, seemingly, what I've read about him, and that's my personal opinion. I have to make sure to say that that's just my personal opinion. There might have been a little falling out, and even with big-haired guy, bouffant-haired lawyer, who seems to have he just had a dye job on his hair, seems to me. Those three parties might not be so friendly now, which might not bode well for Harry and the rest of the cases that he's got going. He's got one against the Daily Mail that's only being heard next year. I should imagine that one's going to be settled pretty smartly too. Daily Mail, of course, playing cat and mouse with Meghan and Harry. Some days a nice tasty article, and other days the claws are out. It's quite fun to watch. Let's see how Harry's feeling right now. Ace, he's not happy. This is tail between legs. The Dragon Slayer, as I say, didn't even really get out of his bed, out of his pajamas, and set off. That's a very woeful energy. The Ace of Wands, let's see the words. I've got Fluffy, I think, floating around. It's extremely hot here. She's just emerged. Career beginnings, travel. It's a passionate thing, the Ace of Wands. It's motivation, it's passion projects, it's enthusiasm. Follow me. It says, I'm the one that can see this through, but it's in reverse. I'm the one that didn't see it through, despite all my trumpeting abroad about how I was going to, most recently in New York at the deal book thing. Many people are passing through the statement that he made on that stage to whatever that guy's name was, and saying, oh really? Oh really? So not good. He's not happy. He's not feeling pleased with himself right now. So how about all the hypocrisy and all that stuff that he's been accused of now, and getting just exactly what Prince William got? 9 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, he hates this. He hates it. He's tormented by it. I think he's been wrestling with it, but it also tells me he might have been tormented on the home front about this. You need to quit, you, otherwise we're going to be broke. And that's not going to be fun. So a lot of mental pressure there in that 9 of Swords. My personal feeling, the card is in the reverse, that the mental stress is extra around about this, anxiety, worry. It says nightmares, really, the 9 of Swords. And not so bad that he stayed up, of course. Let's remember that. So he slept quite comfortably through that night. 9 of Swords in reverse, where a normal person would have been pacing the room, would have been in London, would have been in court, or at least in a hotel nearby, would have been anxiously waiting by the phone. A normal person, not our hero, oh no, in his pajamas in bed, or as I say, on the floor, on the carpet, where I suspect he spends a lot of his time. That's my personal opinion and my bit of snark for the day. I think I'm entitled to some snark today, given, as I say, how he berated Prince William and claimed the royals had the secret deal that prevented him from pursuing justice for himself and Mummy Diana, and then in the end settled like this. Let's have a look now at the reasons for settling. First card is money. This vast amount in lawyers' fees, and there was a most shocking figure in one of the newspapers. The NGN, Murdoch's group, has paid out something like 1.1 billion, I think, pounds. Of that amount, 900 million has gone to lawyers. So, money, the money side of things. Ace of Cups is beginnings, love, relationships, all of that sort of stuff. It's the apology. Well, I'm asking, why did he settle? He settled because he got the apology that he wanted. The Ace of Cups is a big apology. That was a sticking point, I think. Not so much the dread of the money side. I don't think he ever really grasped it. He grasped it. He did tell the guy in that Deal Book interview that, I wish I could remember his name, that he realized that even if he won, he would still lose financially. But it didn't seem to really land how bad that loss might be. I think the loss, it was fully appreciated by Madame in Montecito. But that's the apology. So I'm asking, why did he settle? Was it about the money? No, it's about the apology that he got, and particularly Mummy Diana, Ace of Cups. That would be Mummy Diana there with the Dove of Peace on top of her crown chakra, ascended to another dimension, shall we say. What about the argument that he was afraid of testifying about his own personal or flaws? And 7 of Swords would be relevant in there. Or that he just didn't have a case. They chucked out a lot of witness statements, and I don't think he really had any actual witnesses who were going to show up. What about that? Oh yeah, the moon. He was afraid. He was very afraid. It says dreams, intuition, shadow, that kind of stuff. Your shadow, absolutely. Dreams, intuition. No, that's other things. Sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't agree, as you can tell with this particular tarot. But the moon is about fears, things, the shadows, the things that jump out of your cupboard in the night, or are hiding under your bed, or in the woods when you go out walking in the night, and you never know what might be there. Very much afraid of testifying. I've seen that consistently as well, of secrets coming out, things that he once buried, things he's maybe ashamed of or feels guilty about. That's all in the moon energy. interestingly, the moon is very much a Mummy Diana card as well. And it might have been explained to him by someone, and this is a new thought that's just dawned, that actually by doing this, he's dragging his mother's name, reputation through the mud. And did he want people to come along and testify about how cozy she was with the tabloids, with the paparazzi and all of that stuff? Did he really want to go down that road? That might have been something that he didn't quite grasp until it was explained, maybe with crayons and pictures, painstakingly explained to him. Let's look at the award, the settlement offer. Huge. We were told it's enormous, but my understanding of UK law, and I'm not a lawyer, and in particular I'm not a UK lawyer, is that they don't do these huge sums. That's America. The UK is much more restrained in the amounts that they award. Is Chris Ship talking Ship with a different ending about this, just to make it, to spin it? Or did he really get this sensationally huge amount, which would still mostly disappear into paying the lawyer's costs? What did he get? King of Swords in reverse. I think it's being spun. Press, that would be a King of Swords telling Ship, talking Ship, and the King of Swords in reverse. That's, first of all, it's not a money card. Second of all, it's telling me it's lawyers and newspapers. It's very indicative of this entire case, really. But it's telling me that it's being spun, possibly. That also that large amount of this money, if not all of it, is going to disappear to the lawyers. Those figures that I quoted earlier in this reading come to mind again. I don't think that the bank balance in Montecito is now, doubled, trebled, quadrupled overnight. I don't get that feeling from the King of Swords in reverse. I could be completely wrong. It's tarot, but that's what's coming through for me. It's like this is disappearing somewhere else. But let's ask where it's going. Is it going to charity? Even Archewell is a charity, of course. Is it going to charity? Is it going to what else? Charity. Is it going to Madame? She would probably rate herself as a charity. Is it going to the lawyers? Where's it going? It's already telling me a chunk of it's going to the lawyers. Where's this money going? What's he going to do with it? Ooh, Eight of Wands in reverse. We're not going to know. We are not going to know. Secret. Good news when it's upright and travel. It's unblocking something. So this is going to be, I think, spun. Really spun, and we are never going to know. That's a real card of spin. Normally when it's upright, the arrows go shooting out, and that's press releases and PR and Vanity Fair and Us Weekly and People and whoever the Parkles are allegedly paying to tell their tales. It's in reverse. Whatever we hear, I would say don't take it at face value, and you're not really going to find out where it's going. That news is going to be very, very blocked. It's not telling me where it's going. I think I've already got an answer up here. King of Swords in reverse. I think, big party going on at the hairdresser in London, shall we just say. Although he's probably one of those that flies somewhere else to get his hair done. That's just my personal bit of snark, my personal opinion for entertainment purposes. I'm going to have a coughing fit now. Where are we now? Oh, outcome. Luckily, I've got my notes next to me. So much to get through. Is Harry a happy man today? Doesn't look like it with that Ace of Wands in reverse, but was it worth it? That's more the question. That's his feeling now. This question, looking at my notes, was it worth it? Looking back at the past 5 years or so, all worth it. Does he think that's the case? I've got the Fool. This energy has shown up before. It's risks, it's innocence, it's off on a new adventure. He took a chance with this, and I think he feels that he was right to take the chance, the risk. I'm sure he was advised by people, well-meaning people, don't do this, don't go and don't go and look at dragons. What did he say about if you go and try and slay dragons, you're likely to get burned? I'm sure plenty of people told him that along the way. But in his innocence, in his, I call it Gullible's travels, that card. So Gullible set off on his travels, and, well, he came back with, allegedly, this substantial sum. I would say allegedly is the important word in that statement. But he thinks it was worth it. And so there it lies, the Fool. And how does the palace feel about this, in particular Prince William, that this is now at an end finally? What does he think about this whole thing? Yes, the Empress in reverse. In abundance, fertility, love, all of that stuff, nature, creativity, art, blah, blah. The Empress. Mummy Diana, the Empress. I think that possibly, this is me speculating wildly, the message went from Prince William via third parties. Who knows? Maybe someone like the Duke of Westminster or Earl Spencer or somebody that Harry would actually listen to, saying, if you do this, you're going to make the situation so much worse for Mummy Diana. So much worse. And I think that is the real takeaway from this reading, interestingly for me. It's not really telling me anything else that I didn't kind of know already, apart from the fact that the claimants and our hairdresser might have fallen out a bit over this, interestingly. Mummy Diana, don't do this. Coming, in my opinion, from Big Brother. And that's the reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.